My name is Thomas Brown Ringa, 22 years of age, and I am the founder of BOSS CUPCAKES, an online bakery. It's an online bakery. You send your inquiry through Facebook, BOSS CUPCAKES, or through Instagram at bosscupcakes.ke. Then I get in touch with you. I tell you if there's a space available. You pay deposit, then we make your order happen. It's a funny story actually, because back when I was in high school, I used to sell cupcakes. I was outsourcing from a friend. So when it was break time, I used to run through the corridors. Not actually run, but I was going through the corridors with my cupcakes. Sort of like a vendor. Mama Mboga.
Okay.
So people are like, cupcakes, Mr. Cupcakes, Mr. Cupcake.
What school was that?
Aga Khan High School, Mombasa.
Okay.
So after a while, the name kind of stuck. So I was like, Mr. Cupcakes, okay, but this is like male-based. I want it to be neutral. So like boss. Boss speaks volumes. Everyone wants to be a boss. Why not? Well, I can say I've been doing business all my life, but my first ever recollection of doing business was in primary. My mom and my dad used to buy me lots of storybooks. They just wanted me to read. And I said, okay, you want me to read? Let me make money from it. So I used to charge my clients 1 shilling per page. My classmates were like in standard 1 or 2, and they were like, oh, okay. They didn't have storybooks back then. We didn't even have libraries in our school. So the information I had, or the books I had, was scarce. So they were ranging from Bible books to small Bible stories to funny storytelling books. So at the end of the day, I could get like five of my classmates paying me 1 shilling. That's like 5 times 5, 25 shillings at that time. Imagine how many candies I would have bought. Then also when I went to high school, I interacted with a lot of people. Some from very rich backgrounds, some from poor backgrounds. So I saw this as an opportunity to find out what people like. And I found out that rich people or people who are wealthy don't like cheap things. Or if something is good but it's cheap, they are not going to buy. No. So I had a friend who was buying some jerseys for like 5,000 shillings, and I could outsource the jerseys elsewhere and sell to him and still make a profit, like 50%. Well, when I finished high school, because as a man, I think when you're educated till high school and you graduate, that's enough. You're supposed to go out there to the world. That's what people back then used to do. After 18, 20, they get married and life goes on. So when I finished high school, I decided that I need to learn this skill, because back then in high school I used to get paid on commission. Let's say 20% per cupcake. So I said, what about the 80%? I want it all. So I decided I had a laptop, so I sold my laptop, and my first investment was around 15,000 shillings. I bought some ingredients and some baking equipment, then started learning from YouTube. And at that time I didn't even have a page. I was just making cupcakes, then coming to town from Posta, Mombasa CBD, to Docks. Then I walked from Docks to Old Town with 20 cupcakes. And when I get home, I had like 1,000 shillings minus fare. That's 200. So I used to go shop by shop, sort of like these people selling kahawa. Unataka kahawa, that's what I was doing.
Shop to shop in town.
In town.
Okay.
Saloon to saloon. I didn't take no finance. I will set aside time and money to promote my business. I would do a launch event, even though it's an online business, that people wait for me to launch my business to see my product and services. I will also take advantage of online marketing, digital marketing, because most people these days spend time on their mobile phones. So if I can leverage on the people who are online, spend money on ads, so when someone is on YouTube watching a music video, BOSS CUPCAKES pops out, and they see some delicious cupcakes, mouth-watering desserts, and they're like, I want to know this person, and they get in contact with me. When I started, I knew I was going to have it, but I didn't know how. That's why I say make a plan, make a business plan. To this date, I have a business plan that I wrote back then, and it keeps on changing and evolving because I learned so much through the internet and through mistakes and through research. Putting money first, getting into a business because you think you're going to make money, which is good. I guess you're ambitious when you want to make money. But when you start a business, do it with like it's a hobby and something you love, and the money that you're getting is like a bonus. And also another thing is, in my baking business, I will be overwhelmed about orders. Like I said, do not underestimate the powers of small spaces, but you should not expand too soon. Not everyone is your client, and not everyone can be, and that's all right, because the baking industry is a growing industry, and everyone can have a piece of the pie. Back when I didn't say no to any order. Someone will text me at night like 10 a.m. Can I get a cake tomorrow? I'm like, how much? Like, 1,000. That's a lot. I can do a lot with 1,000. But little did I know that I am sacrificing my sleep. I'm going to spend a lot of time outsourcing for those items. So from that 1,000 Kenya shillings, I could get like 200 shillings. And that's not enough for me, sacrificing my sleep, because mental health is important. Well, my dad always says business is business. He told me this a while back when I was in high school. Honestly, I didn't know what he meant. He refused to even tell me. He said, go do some research. But as I started doing business, I realized that you have to put your personal self apart from your business. That your business as itself is an entity. So money for business is money for business. You cannot spend money that you've made for business to go out and have fun. Your business will collapse. You cannot spend money from business to take a girl out. You can always take that girl out, but do it from other sources of income. But be very disciplined and very focused about finances. And also I have another mentor who says, cake, kuwa cake. What he means by that is look good. You can't be selling cakes and you're ragged. You have to look like cake, because cake is a dessert, and a dessert is something that not everyone has a dessert, but it's something people like. Well, fashion business, definitely fashion business. I mean, there's something beautiful about people wearing fancy clothes and looking good, because everyone wants to look good and feel good. So I think there's a gap in this business, and that is a gap I would want to fill, because also the fashion business is a growing industry, and people don't know where to get their clothes. So If not baking, definitely fashion business. I think God has planted the seed in each one of us from an early age. The sooner you realize that, the better. So if you're a young person, you don't know what to do, find something that you're interested and passionate about. It could be anything ranging from coding, from basic website management, a lot of stuff. I don't know what you like, but I think that you have something that this society needs. So find something you're interested about, invest in it with time and effort, make a plan, and execute that plan. I like to appreciate each person's hard work, and when I see a friend of mine, or even someone who is trying to bake, like they make a cake and it didn't turn out as expected, I'm like, you can do better. Keep going. That's how I started. So I think that is me telling my younger self, because at that time, if I had someone who was like pushing me to like doing something that I didn't know, I would be very far. But I just had myself to push myself. Like, this didn't turn out great, but you try. I come from Ambore Kisauni, a place where it is known for gang thefts and drugs. Let me put it that way. So even when I was in high school, I went to high school, a prestigious high school. People are like, "You're from Kisauni," and they're like, they used to fear me. They used to fear me. I didn't know I have a baby face. I didn't know I didn't know why they used to fear me, but also it's because of where I was from and the stories that were on the headlines, that people are being mugged on their way to school, people are being killed, people were doing drugs at an early age. I know like 5 of my friends who have turned into drugs. Some have died, some are just hopeless, and it's sad. It's sad to see someone you used to play with and someone who has had so much potential just go down like that. Because there's a friend of ours who used to sing. He used to be a very good musician, but now when I see him on the past stage, he's like, "No badala bro." I'm like, it hurts, because we are from the same place and I'm making money. Why can't you? We could be making money together. You could be my delivery guy. You could be my consultant. Why drugs? Why do you want it easy? So from where I'm from, it's not easy to make it. I'm from the hood, but I'm not from the hood. That's what I used to say. I used to go, wake up in the morning, go to school, come back. Wake up in the morning, go to school, come back. I never have stayed at a base or maskani, as they call it. Because there was one time, back then, I think I was in Form 1. I was just passing by, visiting my friends, and police came with whips, and they whipped us. All of us. I had drugs at that time. Just, it was 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Then I knew I was at the wrong place. And they didn't care if you're a kid or anything. I ran as fast as I could, like I saw an angel coming to take my life. But that was an experience. I said, if this is how they treat people from this side, this is very bad. I need to show people that I am from where people are saying people are killing each other, people are being mad, but I have a business. And this business goes a long way. I deliver cakes to Msambweni, I deliver cakes to Malindi, I deliver cakes to Kilifi. From that small space in Kisauni, where people say it's a bad place, where my classmates used to fear me. Well, honestly, I don't just want to open a bakery. My plans are very big, and I thank God for that I am ambitious. A person cannot be self-made because you are born and you don't know anything. Everything is taught to you. So I want God to uplift me and elevate me to greater heights. I don't want just people to know me from baking. I want people to know him as an entrepreneur, that he turned nothing to something. That with your hands, your hand that God has given you, you can do so much. I go online and I see people painting with their feet. I can't even tie my shoelaces with my feet. I need both my hands, but someone is painting a beautiful portrait. Imagine that. That is God-given talent.
Yeah.
So for my business, I want it to be something grand, that something people will look up to and be inspired to do the same. Open any business of any sort. But I want someone to look at me and say, because of you, I started selling this. There's so much you can do apart from business. It can be sports, yeah, because if you put your time and effort into something, you might realize that I keep saying time and effort, but that's what it takes. Time, effort, hard work. If you're in sports and you train a minimum of 5 hours in a day for 60 days straight, or for 1 year straight, you won't be in the same position you are.
True.
So time and effort and believing in God. I keep saying believing in God because I have been in many situations where I felt like I couldn't go on at all. I've been depressed, I've been shut down with people. I've pitched my businesses to so many people, my rich friends back in high school, but God had a bigger plan for me. And if it wasn't for him, maybe I don't even know where I would be. But trusting in him has been my biggest pillar of strength and support from my family, and also people who just text me like, hey bro, I like what you're doing and I'm proud of you. That thing always gets to me, and I'm thankful for everyone who's been doing that. Whatever you have in you, when you share, you don't know who it might inspire to be like you or to do something similar. And also, I think that God has put something in you that the world will be a lesser place without. And my advice is for free. Anyone who approaches me in a kind way, asking me for some baking advice, for some business advice, I give it for free. They can even come and talk about their challenges in business. We can talk about their successes and their troubles. It's for free. It's for free because there's a lady who has a boutique, but she doesn't know much about online marketing, about Instagram. So she calls me from time to time, asks me, what do I do here? How do I go online? How do I promote this? What if someone texts me this? So that is how I'm giving back, because this information is not mine. God is just using me as a vessel to put his message through. My mom is very understanding and very supportive. If it wasn't for my mom, I would have given up a long time. Because I remember I once made a cake. It wasn't that, it was bad. I mean, the taste was good, but the decor was, but it's like, nzuri. So, you know, that goes a long way, because if my mom believes in me, and she always says, do it. Even if it's hard, you do it. You wake up early in the morning. If you want something, you wake up earlier than everyone. So she has been very supportive. She has never said, this is... No. Well, I have multiple businesses. I sell cups, the hats. I also, from time to time, someone can outsource a jersey, I get it from them. So during the pandemic, I remember I was starting my diploma in business administration at JQuat. So it was kind of hard for me to juggle business, going to baking school, and I was also doing an internship at the bakery where I studied at. So when the pandemic hit, business went down, but it took a positive shift for me because I was able to learn. I was able to try new recipes. I was able to perfect my skill. What I know now is because of the pandemic. I know the pandemic hit a lot of business in a bad way, but I always take everything positive. And I use that time as a learning process. I read somewhere about a drowning fish. Have you ever had a fish drown?
No.
So a drowning fish basically is people being put in an environment made for them not to prosper. So in other words, a fish cannot drown. The same way that people in businesses are not equipped with the skills and the support that they are needed. Hence, they fall, because many businesses had opened in the pandemic, during the pandemic, and they shut down because the business environment for any business, not only the baking business, is harsh, not for the faint-hearted. So if you're going to be in this business or in any other business, you have to push. Because I went to buy some ingredients, some baking ingredients a few weeks ago, and I found out the price short, like from Kenya shillings 400 to like 550. That's quite a lot. So once I did my shopping, I was looking at the receipts, balancing my finances and everything. I was like, I spent 800 extra. So I urge our government to make this environment a bit pleasant for entrepreneurs by providing subsidiaries, by providing forums and spreading awareness for those forums, because there are so many small forums by the government, but people don't know about them. So they need to spread awareness about these forums, and everyone can reach them. And if there's financing in any sort, people can get the financing, and it can help a great deal in their business.